Guess who's back? Back again. CS is back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yes, I'm back. What's going on, everybody? All right, so I heard that y'all missed me, and here I am. All right, time to expose WB as always. But hit that subscribe, and let's get into it because today we have some chunky updates. All right, first things first, I want to say, how about those stocks? Oh, that's right. WB closed with a measly $9.58. This is ridiculous, and at the same time, it's hilarious. Because you have the James Gunn cultists always trying to justify something, and they can't accept the fact that the big L is coming soon. And talking about coming soon, we are literally 1 month away from super flop from James Gunn. We already know how that's going to turn out. And on top of that, guess what? Tickets go on sale tomorrow. And if you have Amazon, you'll be able to see it early on July 8th. Wow, this is terrible. This screams desperation because they know, meaning the studio, that they're not going to make the money that they're expecting. So they're trying to milk this early because they know it's DOA. All the marketing, all the little ads that they're doing isn't going to work. This is going to be a massive flop financially for WB because they spent over $363 million. That's insane. Trying to do this reboot. And this is where they're at right now. None of the stocks are working. Nothing that they're trying to do is working. Everything is fake. Everything is with AI, meaning that they're using bots. Because remember, WB CEO admitted that they did that. So what is that telling you? That they're still doing and playing the same games. Because of course, this is shady WB, and that's how they are. They like to play like that. But joke's on them, because we, the real fans, customers, and consumers, we will stop at nothing, and we will keep our wallets locked come in July. They already know as DOA. They know that Jurassic World Rebirth is about to dominate the summer box office. And this is going to be interesting, and it's going to be fun to watch because I already have my tickets for Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, let's talk about something else with WB while we're still on the topic. All right, so this came out, and a lot of people are jumping to conclusions. So I want to kind of like clarify and straighten this out a little. I spoke about this before this announcement was made. Now, if you've been following me, you've been keeping up to date, I specifically broke this down not long ago. All right, it's in one of my videos, and WB and Discovery are splitting into two companies. All right, they're going to be doing, like I told you, they're splitting. It's the same company, but they're just going to be splitting. This is just readjusting themselves. That's all. So people are jumping, to conclusions and saying, hey, are they going to sell IPs, and are they going to do this, and is it going to do this and that? Look, everybody's speculating right now. Don't jump to conclusions. This is just the company readjusting to the times and the way that things are going. Because of course, they have their statistics and they know what's working and what's not. So we already know, like I spoke about it recently, when it comes to the TV division, nobody's watching TV. Who has time for that? Nobody, And most of the people, if not majority of the people, everybody's on their phones, and everybody is on like social media. So that's where everybody's getting all their updates for whatever movies and, streaming services and all that good stuff, right? When it comes to this, of course, we're seeing that WB is going to be doing streaming and studios. That is going to fall under all of that. Because like I've been telling y'all, the future is going to be streaming. Whether you like it or not, that's the future. The future, everything is going to be digital. We can't stop it. It's too late because AI has already taken over, and we're allowing it. Let's be real, because you have so many apps, so many things. So that's what that is, right? The future is going to be streaming. And proof of that is with Netflix, because Netflix is a pioneer when it comes to that industry. And they've been dominating the streaming service. All right, so when they're going to break this down, all they're really doing is they're just going to be doing subdivisions. What does that mean? Simple. They're going to be doing divisions for the movie department, the animation department, the TV, the shows, and most likely, like they've been doing in late 2024, that they were selling assets. Remember, David Zaslav was selling assets because these are IPs that he's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to sell it just to make a quick dollar. And that's what he's been doing. Now, does this mean that they're going to be selling stuff to Netflix and it's going to be going over and, you know, all this is going to come from it? No. Sorry to bust the bubble, but no, it doesn't mean that. Because like I've been saying, and I will emphasize it and I will reinforce it again, WB is not going up for sale, at least not anytime soon. And they're not going to be selling the DC IPs. I get it. Some of you are like, well, I want the Snyderverse to go to Netflix and I want this and I want that. Sure, I do too. But it's not going to happen realistically. Sorry to say it, but that's exactly the truth. Because why would they sell their biggest IPs? For them to lose money? No. Remember, a lot of people are still sleeping. You are all overseeing that in 2026, Comcast is coming into play with Warner Brothers. Could this be branching off and merging into something in the future? It could be. Something big is happening. They're probably shifting and adjusting. And I've been telling y'all, things will continue to shift from here until 2026 and moving forward. A lot of things are not going to happen. And that's going to be one with James Gunn, that most likely Supergirl and Lobo are going to get the Batgirl treatment. Because once Superman flops in July, guess what's going to happen? They're going to pull the plug. David Zaslav isn't going to be happy. So he's going to be like, you know what? We got to go back to the drawing board. And you got to continue where you left off. And where was that? Let's think about that. Oh, that's right. It left off with Zack Snyder's Justice League. No matter what you try to do and try to get away with, you're still going to come back to it. And that's where the moneymaker is at for WB. Face it, everything with WB without Zack Snyder has been tanking, has been flopping, and it continues to sink. James Gunn hasn't made any profit with the company. On the contrary, all he's been doing is costing WB more and more money. They lost money with The Flush. They lost money with Blue Beetle. They lost money with Shazam. Unfortunately, they lost money with Black Adam. Everything has been going downhill. Nothing with James Gunn has been making money. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even subscribers to their platform, which is HBO Max. And then them rebranding and going back to HBO Max. I'm telling y'all, a lot of things are shifting and they will continue to shift from here on out. All we have to do is just watch it. Everything's falling into place. Now, while changing to the subject and still staying with the topic, look, I'm gonna be real with you. You know me. I'm a gamer. I love playing Fortnite, right? This whole season ends in August. It's 3 months, June, July, August. And they crammed and forced Superman from James Gunn into this season, right? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not buying the season pass this time just because of that. But, all right, this right here is something that WB is using to market because there's a lot of players. There's a lot of people that are on this game. But does this mean that all these players are going to go out and watch the movie? Most likely not. That's why I am fully convinced that this movie is just completely DOA. And with them trying to push and promote forcefully, you know, into the battle pass and the ads and the loading screen and the story, you know, even quests in the game with Superman is just desperation, meaning that they're trying every way possible to do that. You don't even see Marvel do this type of marketing like this. This is wild, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. When it all comes down to it, the real fans, customer, and consumer, that's us, you, the one that's listening, wherever you are around the world, you are the one that's going to determine whether you keep your wallet open or you keep it locked. And come in July, it will remain closed and locked for Superman because it's about sending a message to WB. you're not going to give us what we want, and we've been asking for the Snyderverse for a while, then you will not get our money anymore. It's simple as that. No Snyderverse, no money. Plain and simple. Now, when it comes down to everything that's going on with this company, look, realistically, James Gunn, Peter Safran, David Zaslav, the executives, and the fans of James Gunn, they all know that this movie is not going to bring the numbers that they're expecting. This is why you see them constantly throwing all these desperate ads, and honestly, it's done. There's no saving it. It's already too late. And like I said, when we get closer, I will reveal the reason why it's going to tank. Not now, because I'm not going to give any ideas to James Gunn. I'm sure that he's watching. I'm sure he's come across it. Hopefully Zack Snyder has seen some of my stuff too. That will be straight up, nice, But look, let's be real. When it all comes down to this whole Superman from James Gunn, even the fans of James Gunn are turning their backs on this. They're not interested in this. But it's all coming down. And one thing I do want to emphasize and tell everybody, come July, we need to do it now. We need to stay together. Keep on using Restore the Snyderverse. Stop getting off course, people. Stay on course. We need to stay united more than ever. The same way that we did it for Release the Snyder Cut, we need to do it now more than ever. We are literally 1 month away at the time of this recording from the release of Superman. And it's up to us to show this studio, because James Gunn's saying, because some fans that are online against his Superman are a minority. How about we let actions speak like we've been doing it with all these movies? Our actions have spoken all these years. Our actions are what you see at Wall Street. Our actions is what we're going to show you come July, because we are the fan, we are the consumer, and most of all, we are the loyal customer. And we will stop at nothing, because on July 11, our wallets will remain locked, and we will show you that we are and have always been the majority. Hit that subscribe, drop your comments, and until next time.